Savannah Police Chief visits Hunter.
If you're the ultimate Walking Dead fan, then FMWR has a tour for you.
4th Brigade soldiers participate in a combined arms live fire exercise.
Welcome to this week's Marne Report. I'm Caitlin Kenny.
And I'm Master Sergeant Krishna Gamble with Division Public Affairs. Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield said goodbye to one of their own. James A. Mitchell, former Hunter Garrison Command Sergeant Major, relinquished responsibility to Command Sergeant Major Bruce Rock during a change of responsibility ceremony at Truscott Air Terminal. Photojournalist Zach Renstrom has more.
As many of you know, the small coastal Georgia power projection platform is a major hub of military operations and training, and for 75 years has dutifully projected our nation's military power across the globe. Hunter Army Airfield is also a key focal point of community outreach activities, and the Garrison headquarters serves as the engine directly supporting 14 tenant units and nearly 5,800 soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen stationed here. This support is a 24/7 endeavor, and CSM James Mitchell is an absolute expert in leading and energizing this important mission.
I hope that I have earned your respect as you have earned mine. I ask now that you think back to my time here. I have never called you by your first name. I always stood when talking to you, if you ever popped in. I have never had a discussion with anyone while sitting behind my desk in my office. Those are things, in my opinion, that are reserved for commanders. The boss. I was your sergeant major, not the boss, merely his right-hand man. These are some of the personal ways that I communicated my respect to you.
It is a simple fact that CSM Mitchell leaves a very meaningful and lasting impression with all those he works with, leads, and supports. With CSM Rock coming on board, the Hunter Garrison team will be gaining another great leader. CSM Rock is no stranger to Hunter Army Airfield, having served in the 75th Ranger Regiment for 12 years, which included assignment to 1st Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment from 2009 to 2011. I venture to say he has probably parachuted onto Hunter Army Airfield on multiple occasions. CSM Rock returned to Hunter in July of last year, serving as the Operations Sergeant Major for the 224th Military Intelligence Battalion, which has a constant forward presence in critical missions supporting theater and national level intelligence requirements. CSM Rock has a proven track record of superb leadership and a wealth of experience building relationships among joint and interagency partners on the battlefield and at home station.
Incredible honor. I'm truly looking forward to it. It's really a dream come true for not only me, but my wife. Since we have been here before, we're familiar with the area, and we love it. My wife wants to retire here, so we are truly blessed to be back here at Hunter. Thank you. I look forward to working with all of you in the future. Support and defend.
Hunter Army Airfield invited members of the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department to tour the installation and strengthen their partnership. Newly appointed Police Chief Joseph Lumpkin Sr. with the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department was also excited to promote the department's efforts to recruit military personnel into their ranks. Police Chief Lumpkin wants to hire military veterans because of the character and skills he sees coming from their military service.
Typically, the military personnel, officers and enlisted men, will have high character, and that's the first thing you want in a law enforcement official. They typically have great work ethics. Of course, that's what we desire. Military is always changing, society is always changing, and we have to have people who can develop new competencies. And the military staff personnel that I have been affiliated with in my 44 years have exemplified those characteristics.
Major Larry Branson with the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department saw it as a great opportunity for the police to meet with soldiers and see how the installation operates.
Today is an excellent opportunity for the men and women of the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department to meet and to get to know again our friends here at Hunter Army Airfield and Fort Stewart. It's a team effort, and we're particularly looking forward as we go forward to speak to the men and women who are exiting the military, and we look forward to inviting them to spend an exciting career with us at the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department.
The department highlighted a number of areas that transitioning soldiers would find their military experience useful, including special units within the departments such as SWAT, search and rescue, and special crime. Lieutenant Colonel Clarence Bowman, Hunter Army Airfield Garrison Commander, emphasized the fact that the average soldier transitioning out of the Army was at the right age and skill set to be an exceptional recruit for the department.
We have a challenge in the Army from the ages of 19 to 25. Those particular soldiers, as they transition, have the highest unemployment, 14% nationally. So here's the Chief of Police for Savannah Metropolitan Police Department says, I have jobs now. He's at 18% short of his total strength that he's authorized for the police department. So he has jobs available right now, and we have soldiers transitioning from active service today. So we need to link that up and kind of formalize that relationship so we can create opportunities for our transitioning service members. Not just soldiers, even though that's the bulk of the population, but all the service members that are on Hunter and at Fort Stewart.
Hunter Army Airfield and the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department partner year-round on training and building a strong community relationship for the future of the area.
3rd Battalion, 15th Infantry Regiment, 4th Infantry Brigade Combat Team conducted a combined arms live-fire exercise for each of their rifle companies during their time at Vanguard Focus. Sergeant Bob Yarborough has more.
3 light infantry companies with 3rd Battalion, 15th Infantry Regiment, 4th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division were first to conduct a day and night combined arms live-fire exercise, or CALFEX, during 4th Brigade's field training exercise, Vanguard Focus, which started January 20th, 2015 on Fort Stewart, Georgia.
We have to challenge ourselves and put ourselves in positions where it is a little risky, or it's not going to get any better. It's a lot of moving parts, a lot of firepower, and a lot of effort from our guys.
Artillerymen of 1st Battalion, 76th Field Artillery Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division Artillery coordinated artillery fire which landed in the impact area as companies started their assault on the battlefield.
It's kind of complex, but yet it's still everybody knows their part. Big guns, lots of rounds, doing some work.
After arriving at the first cover positions, the infantry companies provided cover fire for combat engineers of Alpha Company 4-3 Brigade Special Troops Battalion to clear an obstacle of concertina wire with a Bangalore torpedo, a pipe packed with explosives. Once the first obstacle was breached by the combat engineers, the infantrymen moved forward to another, while soldiers from Company D, the weapons company of 315 Infantry, provided support by fire with weapons mounted on trucks from a nearby hill. OH-58 Kiowa Warrior helicopters from 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade, as well as U.S. Air Force F-16 Falcons, made gun runs as artillery and mortars continued to lob rounds at training targets to support the infantry company's objectives.
So we have to be prepared at all times, and if you don't ever train hard, you don't ever do these kind of things, you're really not going to understand how they all work together. You're not going to really fully be able to execute what's asked of you.
The Can-Do Battalion are moving on to a battalion-level exercise as 3rd Battalion, 7th Infantry Regiment, and 1st Battalion, 30th Infantry Regiment prepare for their turn at Vanguard Focus and the CALFEX.
The most difficult part was probably sprinting about 600 meters, carrying full combat load with a weapon.
For 4th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division Public Affairs, I'm Sergeant Bob Yarborough.
Wow, it really looks like 4th Infantry Brigade's getting a lot out of their training.
Yes, and it's training like this that makes our soldiers some of the best in the Army.
2 members of Army Community Service have a special message just for you.
Since you are a valued member of our Army family, we would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks. Our community rallied to our call, and we as a community exceeded our wildest expectations in submitting the ACS Needs Assessment.
This assessment is part of our accreditation process and is done every 3 years. The last time it was completed, we received approximately 700 responses, and 6 years ago, we received a little over 900. To date, we have received more than 1,200 responses, and this direct feedback will be reviewed, and if needed, changes will be made to our services.
From the staff and leadership at Army Community Service, we thank you for your unwavering support.
When trying to determine whether or not you want to give more time to the service, sometimes location is important. Specialist Jordan Matthews reports from Sand Hill, where one soldier chose a different angle.
Re-enlisting is one way soldiers show their dedication to the Army. But how they do it can sometimes be another way, all on its own. Many service members use the conference room, or even a special landmark on post to host their ceremony. But for one soldier from Headquarters and Headquarters Troop, 3rd Brigade Special Troops Battalion, there's no better way than to just hop right to it at Eagle Tower Confidence Course.
Came out here to re-enlist. brought my wife out here with me to see everything. I'm glad I got the opportunity to do that. She's my best friend. We committed for 3 more years in the Army.
Specialist Parker, along with company commander Captain Jeremy Herron, concludes the ceremony with huge smiles and a firm handshake. The rest of the troop cheers them on before strapping on their harnesses to take turns rappelling from the 60-foot tower.
I chose to do my re-enlistment here because I figured it was unique, something nobody else has done before. I want to try it out.
The day isn't only for Specialist Parker, but to bring the company together for a day of camaraderie and to serve as a refresher for Army training. The event was set up by the company's S3 shop.
It's important to teach the soldiers and actually the senior staff the dash-gen skills, and it also builds a spirit of corps and confidence.
Specialist Jordan Matthews, Fort Benning, Georgia.
Specialist Parker has re-enlisted for 3 more years.
Congratulations to Staff Sergeant William Pendleton II, Motorcycle Safety Program Manager of the 3rd Infantry Division, who was awarded the 2015 American Motorcyclist Association Outstanding Road Rider Award. The award is presented annually to recognize those who have contributed to the promotion of the motorcycle lifestyle and protection of on-highway motorcycling. Staff Sergeant Pendleton was instrumental in helping to reduce fatalities in the 3rd Infantry Division.
All right, go ahead and take 2 steps forward.
I never thought this would happen to me. I made one dumb mistake. One night, I was out hanging out with friends, having a good time, drinking a couple beers. Then I made a bad decision. A decision that would affect the rest of my career as a military officer and the rest of my life.
I'm cold. There's been an accident.
Or the life of somebody else.
I think it's 1:44. It's dark, and I'm cold.
Yes, like you, I took the Marne Pride pledge. I promised not to drink and drive, yet I did. That decision landed me behind bars and cost me nearly $6,000. Like you, I thought this would never happen to me, but it did, and it could happen to you too.
The safety of the community is important to Team Stewart. From February 2nd to the 8th, there were 6 DUIs and 3rd ID.
6 DUIs mean we are failing our fellow soldiers. Be a designated driver or take a taxi home. Have some Marne pride. Don't drink and drive.
Coming up on the Marne Report, if you're a Walking Dead fan, you don't want to miss our next segment.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. He's not one of us. Stuck in reverse. When tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. Lights will guide you home, and I will try to fix you.
I was sure our marriage was over. It felt too broken to be fixed.
We lost each other, forgot why we fell in love.
Every battle I have fought downrange, I've always come out on top. But I always had a plan to execute, a mission to accomplish.
But fighting for my marriage, and I felt alone. I didn't even have a plan.
Then we heard about the chaplain's marriage enrichment program, a place where couples can go and get counseling, spend time together, and get support trying to figure it out.
I felt more anxious going to that couple's weekend than any mission downrange ever. But you know what? I was scared for nothing.
It's funny how when you face your fears, they go away.
Is our marriage perfect? No.
but whose is? Do we both have to learn to communicate better? Yes, but who doesn't? Now we're on the right track thanks to the marriage weekend with the chaplains.
Fight as hard for your family as you have for your country. A message from your U.S. Army Chaplain Corps.
Welcome back to the Marne Report. Are you looking for some fun things to do with your family? Then let's check in with Martha Jackson, who is here to give us a look at an upcoming event.
Hi, I'm Martha Jackson, and this is your MWR Minute. Hey, Walking Dead fans. Register today to take a day trip to Atlanta, Georgia on March 7th to take the ultimate The Walking Dead tour. Visit the hospital where it all started for your favorite sheriff. Visit the goat farm and see firsthand where the Vadis held camp. Find out if the CDC is still standing and get your own cover shot and selfie from the Jackson Street Bridge. The cost is $100 per person and includes the tour and motor coach transportation. For more information, call 912-767-2841 at Stewart or 912-315-3674 at Hunter. To learn more about our upcoming MWR events, visit us online at www.stewartmwr.com or www.huntermwr.com. FMWR, we're your complete destination for families, fun, and fitness.
The 2015 Marne Spirit Award nominations are now open to volunteers across 3rd Infantry Division, Fort Stewart, and Hunter Army Airfield. The remaining deadline is for the installation intended units. You can submit signed nomination packets to Naomi Faison, ACS Army Volunteer Corps Coordinator, no later than February 20th.
Soldiers and family members attended the National Prayer Breakfast at the Main Post Chapel for a meal focused on fellowship and spiritual health. The event's guest speaker, Chaplain Colonel Mark H. Nordstrom, conveyed a message of prayer and service from his time overseas. Photojournalist Zach Renstrom has more.
From the earliest battles of the War of Independence to current operations, prayer has played a significant role in the life of the American soldier. The United States and the American Army demonstrate a unique commitment that values religious freedom and spiritual choice as proclaimed in our founding documents.
But to fear the Lord your God and to walk in all of his ways and to love him, to serve the Lord your God with all of your heart and with all of your soul, and to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command you today for your good.
The Army chaplains who pray before us today represent various faith traditions and faith groups drawn from within the pluralistic religious fabric of America.
May they pray about everything that concerns them and everything that concerns their soldiers' life and deployment. Strengthen our families to persevere.
May we humble ourselves and seek you. May we be willing to seek your face and be willing to stand for the truths that you have taught.
We ask that you will continue to be with our soldiers as they serve in this great organization and serve this great nation. We ask that as we serve and protect our nation from tyranny, that you will guide our Army leadership as they navigate these challenging times. We ask that you will bless them and give them the wisdom to enable our Army to continue to be courageous defenders of justice and liberty.
Americans, and especially those who fight for this great nation, have always been a prayer. From George Washington kneeling at Valley Forge and who directed his chaplains to sustain the spirit of his army through prayer, to prisoners of war, for whom we still pray. And finally to the dog-faced soldiers of World Wars I, II, to Korea, to Iraq of my memory. From the founding of our nation to this moment in this place, we are often soldiers at prayer. Now during OIF 3, a female military policeman lay dying from 3 sucking chest wounds after a rocket attack in Tikrit. I knew her. She was a woman of faith. Her name is on Warrior's Walk. The medic was giving me the thumbs down as he took her blood pressure and it plummeted. And as I sat near her head and she was aspirating blood, I leaned close to her and reminded her, quote, "Your family and friends are praying for you," end quote. Immediately, she coughed, took gulps of air, and the medic gave me a thumbs up. We didn't know it at the time, but a piece of shrapnel had pierced her heart and would kill her in 40 minutes. But what resolve to live? The knowledge of others, that others were praying for her, especially her family, gave her the strength to live for a time with a hole in her heart. God took her through the waters. Dog-faced soldiers of prayer, indeed.
On March 2nd, Wynn Army Community Hospital will host a traumatic brain injury educational forum at Patriot Auditorium from 1 to 2:30 p.m. The forum is open to active duty service members, reservists, National Guardsmen, military veterans, and family members.
They will talk about the best practices and research related to TBIs. It will be broadcast live if you are not able to attend. For more information, visit dvbic.dcoe.mil. And if you can attend the event, please email the following personnel.
To find out what's happening across Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield, we turn to the Frontline newspaper.
Let's check in with Managing Editor Elvia Kelly for this week's news.
Hello, I'm Elvia Kelly, and I'll be giving you the latest details from the Frontline. For the February 12th edition, check out the front page story where 3rd Cab soldiers take to the skies for some gunnery training. Senior leaders from Stewart and Hunter test mentees in self-confidence and communication abilities during a flash interview. And a sledgehammer soldier re-enlists at Eagle Tower. The soldiers and pilots of the 3rd Squadron, 17th Cavalry Regiment, 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade, took to the sky at the multipurpose range complex at Fort Stewart to sharpen their skills during aviation aerial gunnery training. Participants of the United States Army Garrison Women's Mentoring Program attended a flash interviewing event. The event was an opportunity for mentees to practice their interviewing skills with 6 of Fort Stewart's senior leaders. The mentees were rated on their overall professional appearance, self-confidence, communication skills, leadership potential, sincerity, attitude, and qualifications. Captain Jeremy Herron, Headquarters and Headquarters Troop Commander, re-enlists Specialist John Parker, an infantryman from 3rd Brigade, at Eagle Tower Confidence Course at Fort Benning. Parker has 9 years and 3 months of service and is a native of North Carolina. Parker re-enlists for 3 more years. Join us on the Marne Report to catch the most current news and events found in the Frontline across Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, and online at our Frontline website at stewartfrontline.com.
Coming up, the annual powerlifting and bench press competition is back.
One of the most recognizable agencies in our Army is the Army Community Service. The Army Community Service is a social service organization designed to enrich the lives of our soldiers, their families, and our civilians. For nearly 50 years, the Army Community Service has helped soldiers be better parents, manage their money, help family members find employment. I'm Bill Lukens. I'm your ACS Director, and I have the honor to be a former dog-faced soldier. In fact, most of your ACS staff are former dog-faced soldiers. Our team demonstrates excellence every day, and we continue to improve the many ways we help soldiers and families.
ACS offers a multitude of services that can enhance your life. Statistically, only 1 out of 4 soldiers, spouses, leaders know the full range of services ACS offers. Come discover ACS.
Our team at Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield have created some great ways to provide a myriad of services. We, Army Community Service, are 100% committed to making families ready and resilient.
We help people with pretty much anything causing stress: marriage, money, moving, parenting, even spouse's career search. Remember this, we are happiest when we're able to be of help to you. So come discover ACS.
Pay a visit to ACS and discover what our financial counselors and Army Emergency Relief officers can do for you.
Come to ACS and discover how the exceptional Family Member Program staff can assist you with your family member with special needs.
Deploying? Or maybe you've recently returned from a deployment. Whether it's your first or your 7th, come discover ACS.
Come to ACS and discover resiliency training. Learn how to bounce back.
If you didn't know, you need to know. The place of discovery is in Army Community Service.
ACS is also located at Hunter Army Airfield, and we provide the same services as Fort Stewart. So come, discover ACS, Building 1286.
Soldiers, spouses, and children are what's important to us at the Family Advocacy Program. Come discover parenting skills, communication skills, and positive ways to handle stress and anger. You are our priority.
ACS는 여러분과 함께합니다. 궁금하신 점 있으시면 언제든지 방문해 주십시오.
Ven, descubre ACS. Estamos aquí para ayudarte. Entdecken Sie ACS. Wir haben etwas für jedermann.
Come discover what ACS can do for you. We are here to enrich your lives.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do us. What's wrong with you? It's not anyone.
You are dealing with pain, anger, a heaviness. It feels like there is no way out. It seems like you are in this by yourself, battling alone. But you are part of one Army family, shoulder to shoulder with a community there to get you through these hard times. There is no shame, no guilt in seeking out help. So if you are struggling, feeling depressed, or even having thoughts of suicide, it is time to talk to someone. Your Army family is committed to finding you the strength and hope you need to rebound from adversity. Because, above all else, our most essential resource is you.
I was sure our marriage was over. It felt too broken to be fixed.
We lost each other, forgot why we fell in love.
Every battle I have fought downrange, I've always come out on top. But I always had a plan to execute, a mission to accomplish.
But fighting for my marriage, and I felt alone. I didn't even have a plan.
Then we heard about the Chaplain's Marriage Enrichment Program, a place where couples can go and get counseling, spend time together, and get support trying to figure it out.
I felt more anxious going to that couple's weekend than any mission downrange ever. But you know what? I was scared for nothing.
It's funny how when you face your fears, they go away.
Is our marriage perfect? No. But whose is?
Do we both have to learn to communicate better? Yes, but who doesn't? Now we're on the right track thanks to the marriage weekend with the chaplains.
Fight as hard for your family as you have for your country. A message from your U.S. Army Chaplain Corps.
Welcome back. In this week's Task Force Fitness, register now to compete in the annual Powerlifting and Bench Press Challenge at Newman Fitness Center on March 14th. Contestants must be ages 16 and older to enter and will be placed in one of 11 different weight classes. The event will follow United States Powerlifting Federation rules. Awards will be presented to the top 3 bench press and powerlifters. Early registration is from now until February 28th, and it's $20 per competitor. For more information, call 912-767-3031.
That's all for this week's Marne Report.
You can watch the Marne Report in the morning at 5, 5:30, and 8 and 8:30, noon, and in the evening at 5 and 5:30, 9 and 11. Or as always, check us out on the web at stewart.army.mil, on Vimeo at vimeo.com/thirdid, and subscribe to the Third ID YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Have a great week. Rock of the Marne.